In a matter of just hours, Donald Trump will be the President of the United States. Mr. Trump has told his supporters during a special concert at the Lincoln Memorial that he will unite America. But not everyone has been celebrating. Protesters are already out on the streets. Our coverage begins with correspondent Zoe Daniel in Washington.
Renowned for his off-the-cuff style, tomorrow Donald Trump will be giving a scripted speech to Americans. But those hoping for detail about his plans for his presidency may be disappointed. Instead, he'll be giving what he's calling a philosophical vision for the nation. Here's Stephanie March.
His family by his side, his supporters ready for change, an iconic setting on the eve of an historic moment.
On the campaign, I called it the forgotten man and the forgotten woman. Well, you're not forgotten anymore.
Under the gaze of Abraham Lincoln, who fought to heal a divided nation, Donald Trump preached togetherness.
There's never been a movement like this, and it's something very, very special. And we're going to unify our country.
Across town, the protesters were gathering. In New York, celebrities and activists vented concerns about what the future holds.
They are a disgrace to everything you and I believe in.
The Trump administration plans to get to work on day one. Vice President-elect Mike Pence has led the transition team. He says all 21 cabinet picks have now been named, but many still continue to be grilled on Capitol Hill. Today, Mr. Trump's pick for Energy Secretary faced the tough question about once saying he wanted to abolish the department he's set to lead.
In fact, after being briefed on so many of the vital functions of the Department of Energy, I regret recommending its elimination.
In a matter of hours, Donald Trump will arrive here at Capitol Hill and be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. His remarks are expected to be brief, but his office says his speech will be a personal and sincere statement about his vision for the country.
I think it's going to be less of an agenda and more of a philosophical document, a vision of where he sees the country.
Setting the stage for a 4-year journey in the most powerful office in the world.
And we are going to make America great again, and I'll add, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, and enjoy the fireworks. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Donald Trump's approval rating is at a record low. So the reality for the incoming president is that there'll be tens of thousands of protesters on the streets of Washington this weekend, along with people celebrating his inauguration. But that's not deterring Mr. Trump's supporters, many of whom are travelling from all over America to attend.
It was the forgotten people in places like Western Pennsylvania who elected Donald Trump. After years feeling neglected by the Washington establishment, they're heading off to witness a new dawn in American politics.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Nice already.
Mike McMullen and Marianne Stearns, friends from Pittsburgh, are among those heading to DC to celebrate.
Let me put your gown in first.
Ready for the road trip?
All set. Ready for the road trip.
So excited.
DC bound.
Yes.
At this time tomorrow, the inauguration ceremony will have begun. President-elect
His victory was no surprise.
Now people have said to me, well, you know what? You're right, but I believed in him because he was a businessman. That's why I supported him, you know, because it hasn't been working with what we're doing.
But they have some clear expectations of the man they've helped elect.
In this speech, what do you want to hear?
I'd like to hear from him that he wants people to come together and work for the good of the country. I'd like everybody to work because right now the country isn't in a good place.
I really think that they're going to crack down and they're going to repeal and replace Obamacare and just get rid of it.
And I think immigration, they're going to work on that.
Oh, I think the wall is going to be started, within a couple weeks.
it's not an open-ended deal.
Now he's got to govern. Now he's got to lead.
Right, and you know what too? You can talk and talk, but it's what he does.
The doing will begin after tomorrow's inauguration, and the nation's capital is almost ready for the big event. Spectators are now flooding in.
Go Trump! Go Trump!
Among them, Mark Hoffman, who's brought his Trump truck from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, he's a hard worker. He's a businessman. He doesn't take a bunch of crap off of people. He's not a politician.
These Trump supporters will be facing off with people with a very different view.
The divisions within America will be on show this weekend. Close to 1 million people will be here in the city tomorrow, and perhaps as many again for organised protests the day after the inauguration. Much of the city will be locked down as authorities manage the usual security issues. And they'll also have to grapple with two equally passionate groups here to mark the start of Donald Trump's presidency.